Hey y'all, good morning. This is Stacy from Miss RN Diva. If you're new here, welcome to the video, or if you're a returning viewer, welcome. I just want to give you an update on my front yard, what's going on up here. This is my grass now. My landscaper did put some little St. Augustine pallets in here, and they're supposed to spread. They are spreading. It is looking a lot better. So that's the update on the front lawn. What happened to my lawn ended up being grubs. So grubs are little tiny, well, they're not tiny, they're kind of fat worms that live underneath under the ground, and they eat the roots of your grass. So if you don't catch them, they will kill all of your grass. So in essence, the grubs that were in my grass, they did a kind of like a circle. So from here all the way around, and then they came back around this way down here. So that's what happened to the grass. Now, 2 years ago, I had army worms. Those are the black worms that they're on the, they eat the grass at the top of the surface, and you can see them sometimes. And then when you know, brush across the grass, they dig themselves down into the soil, and then they come back up and eat the top of your grass. So I had that 2 years ago, and I used the insecticide, the triazicide. I'll show you a picture of it when we go back to the backyard, because I treated my whole front and back side yard with that this time. But I used the spray 2 years ago, which I should have started when I do my my fertilizer. I should go ahead on and put that insecticide down. So that's going to be my goal for every year. In March, what I'm going to do my weed and feed, then I'm going to do my insecticide, and then I'm also going to put a pre-emergent down for weeds. Even though I did the weed and feed, I'm still going to do another, because we have some tough weeds here, and crabgrass will get in and everything, and once that gets in and gets rooted down in, it's hard to get rid of it. So that's what I will be doing. Okay, so I'm going to give you a tour, look at my front garden beds. So since the last video, I went ahead and, I don't know if y'all saw this, I went ahead and cut back this sago palm. This is a male sago palm, so it looks like a penis. So this sago palm, it's growing back. This is what it does every year around this time. And it'll put this, I don't even know what this is called, but it'll put this up, and then it'll put these new things will form from that. And then this thing needs to be pulled out once. It'll just fall off, but you can pull it out once the leaves form. So I was having these all over. They were growing down here. I had to cut some of them out because this sago palm was growing all kind of which way. It was going every way, and it just didn't look good. So I don't know why they do that. I have a neighbor across the street. Let me see if I can show you. See how those leaves on that sago palm are going all kind of which way, and it's just packed in there? That is not the way that it's supposed to be. So anyway, I had to clean this one out, and now it's growing. It's still not even, but at least it's closer to the middle. Down here at the bottom here, I have my daylily. My daylily is doing a little bit better. This one always grows slow, and it doesn't do as well. I also put some more calla lilies in here, and they're doing okay. Next year they'll probably do better. This is, I had some Easter lilies, Asiatic lilies in here. These are the ones that were in the back in that pot. I had pulled them up, but I guess I didn't get all of them. And so this one is here. I'm gonna pull this up later and put it back there in one of those pots in the backyard. Right here, my sunshine ligustrum is doing beautiful. It's growing good. These are the geraniums that were in the pot at the front door. I went ahead and pulled those out of those pots because they weren't flowering. So I put them here and gave them some fertilizer and they started flowering. So some of these things I need to just come in here and clean up some dead stuff. My barberry is doing a little better. I see that it is growing. This little dead stem right here, I'm gonna pull that off. Okay, sorry y'all. So this is another sunshine ligustrum. This barberry always does well. It's growing good, and another sunshine ligustrum. Here's my other geranium and my other calla lily. This is my big daylily, which I need to cut it off. Cut off these little things because they're dead. And then maybe they'll send some more blooms up. This is the Liriope. It looks better. Also, I had put some celosias in here. They were so small. I probably shouldn't have done that. But they haven't grown, so I'll probably pull them. I got some more that I'm going to put in here. These are celosias too. They didn't do well. I don't know what happened. They were just too little, I guess. I don't know. Celosias that down here. This is one from last year that I had, which I don't need it because it's not going to flower. All it does is grow back like that. Okay, y'all. So this is my other sunshine ligustrum, which I'm going to have to cut this back and shake this. It's growing out of control. The other one over here is not doing anything. It's growing a little bit better, but it's not as big as the other one is over there. So I think because it probably has too much shade, not enough sun. I don't know. We'll see. As long as it's not dead, I really don't care. Also over here, here's my other daylily. This daylily is huge. It started blooming. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, get all these dead flowers off of here. Over here, the gladiola bulbs that I put here, they're doing okay. I don't know why they're leaning. There are no flowers. They're just growing green leaves. I also put in here some begonias, surefire white begonias, proven winners, just to give it just to have some flowers up here. And I just spaced them out. Then that's the Liriope that I cut off from the big one. And surefire white begonia and Liriope begonia. This is also the rose bush that I got from Sam's that did not live. So I guess I'll pull it. I just haven't yet. This is my other rose bush. It's doing pretty good. I see something's on it already. These leaves, I'm gonna have to come up here and spray it. But it has, and it grew all the way up here, and it has a bud up there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this all the way down, and I'm gonna take these flowers and just take them in the house. This is the flower for the rose bush, and that's one over there too. So my bottle brush trees are doing better. Once they grow out, I don't want to cut these leaves. I don't know why I just did that, but anyway, I don't want to cut these little branches off. I don't know if this is dead or alive. I think it's dead, but I'm just waiting for it to flush out, and then I will cut those brown parts off. I just don't. It looks like it's still growing from here, even though it looks dead. It's still growing from here. See? It's coming from here, even though it looks dead. So that's why I left them there. Liriope, begonia, another Liriope, and a begonia. So remember where I said, when I said on the last video that I wanted to see where I could put some elephant ears. So I decided to put them here. I don't know. I think this, I don't know what happened with this while it was, the leaf was unraveling. It just, I don't know what happened, and then it opened up like this, but they are beautiful and I love them here. They get some sun, but they get some sun, and then, so I love it. I think it's cute. I put one over here as well. This is where the Aurelia was. And so here is my porch pots. These are the calibrachoas, and then the begonias red, and then I put the extra white ones that I had, I put them in both of these pots. So the calibrachoas they're supposed to drape down, so hopefully they'll keep growing. We've had a lot of rain here. Also, y'all, watch out for my video. I'm getting ready to redo my front porch. I'm gonna do a real good clean, and then I'm gonna decorate up here. So, and then I'm gonna redo my mat right there. So I'm gonna spray paint it and give it a new look. Over here, here's my other bottle brush trees, and then my Liriope bottle brush, Liriopes, and my begonias, all of this here. Here is my calla lily. I need to fertilize this. I need to give it some flower food because it's not flowering yet. That doesn't mean anything, like it's not gonna flower, but last year I didn't really get a lot of flowers. I put some gladiola bulbs over here too. I'm gonna have to find something else to put here. This space is just so much space back here, but it's also behind the sago palm, and so that's it. This is that big Liriope that I pulled all the small Liriopes from. If you look at this sago palm here, this is the other sago palm. Now this sago palm is a female sago palm. So let's go over here and see if the ball is forming. Yeah, the ball is forming, and it looks different. Let me see if I can get in there and show you guys. Let me just hold it up. If you see in there in the middle, that's the ball for the female. If you see all these little bitty things, this is what the female develops. The male doesn't do that. But if you see in the middle, it's it comes out as a ball. That one is like a, it's kind of like a penis. That's what I look at it as, because it's a male. But this one, it has a ball, like a uterus, kind of like. So anyway, these two layers, this layer, all this, I am going to cut off. If you're not careful, there will be wasp nests in there, because I think you just saw one. That's a wasp nest right there. So you got to be careful, but these need to come off. I need to cut those down. Also, birds will form nests in here if you're not careful. So all these need to come off. So that's pretty much it, y'all, for the front. My grass, see how the little spaces in the grass, but it's coming. It's these little things right here are called runners. These are runners, and they plant themselves in the soil, so it'll eventually cover all the dead spaces. All the spaces will get covered eventually. And you can see how my landscaper put the little sections, and it's coming together. Like all this right here was bare, and it's all coming, it's coming in. So I am excited. My grass is starting to look better. I was going to put some more little sections over here, but it looks like they're coming. See how this is coming? It's digging itself in the ground. It's coming. I'll give it another couple of months. It'll probably be completely covered. But we've been having like so much rain for like almost a week every day it had been raining hard. So so that's my front yard, y'all. Go to the back. Okay, y'all, so y'all, this is the stuff that I use for my grass. Those little bugs right down there in the very left hand, far left, the bottom left, it says grubs. Those are the worms that are underneath the ground eating the roots, that was eating the roots of my grass. So I don't quote me on this, but I think that the when moths fly in the fall, they lay their eggs in the grass, and those grubs become, when they lay their eggs, the eggs become grubs, which is the larvae, and then they become Japanese beetles. That's what I think that's the terms to use, but I just wanted to let you all know. If you live in the South, I live in Houston. I'm in 9A. If you're in the South and you have St. Augustine grass and you fertilize it a whole lot like I do, I fertilize multiple times a year. I put the fall fertilizer down so that it could grow strong roots. Then I come back and do the spring in March. I do the fall in September, I do spring in March. And I use the Scott's brand. So Scott's has a fall fertilizer that you can put down to help strengthen your roots over the winter. And then I use the Bonus S, which can only be used on St. Augustine grass. I use that in March, the beginning of March. So my plan now is to make sure when I put down the Bonus S in March to also make sure that I use this triazicide. I'm gonna probably use the granules next time. Then they also said after the summer's over in September, I need to put some granules down so that they'll kill them before they even hatch. So that's my plan. I did try to shape this Sunshine Ligustrum, but it really doesn't look all that well. I also sprayed my rose bush over here, and I cut that long stem off. I'm just gonna put them in the house. And I have my sprinklers on. Sorry, I'm trying to get out of the way of the water. But yeah, so I did cut it down, and I sprayed it with the insecticidal soap, which I need to get some of the Rose Care, the Bayer Rose Care spray. That's good for that. So I also put down some little granules, flower granules, fertilizer for my calla lilies. I also am going to spray my annuals with some fertilizer, a spray fertilizer from Miracle Grow, just to make sure that they last and they keep producing beautiful flowers, especially like these begonias and all that. Okay, so now we're going back to the back. Okay, y'all, we're in the backyard. So I'm going to go ahead and start right here where this pot is. My sedum is doing pretty good. The last bulb of the Asiatic lily, or what I call Easter lilies, their last flower is bloomed, and I don't think I have any more buds on there. I think they're all done. I'm gonna go across here. Here is my lemon balm. Watch out for the video for the lemon balm. I show you how I pick it, how I cut it off, clean it, and prepare the lemon balm syrup for the cocktail that I told you all about with tequila, or you can put vodka. It's probably best to use a light liquor. It is so good. Here's my rectangular planter with my coleus in the middle. It is overshadowing these hostas over here, and the German lilies are growing and trailing already. We got a lot of rain, so we have mushrooms everywhere. So here's one that I'm going to pull out, and it has a thick root. Yuck, nasty. So I'm going to get those up in a minute. And Here's my other hosta. Something looked like something's eating on that one too. I'm gonna have to put some of those little, I have some Sluggo little things. They're organic for snails. It's probably what's eating on those. I'm gonna put some in here. Here's the other hosta. This Coleus is the biggest one. It's taken over here. This hosta and this German lily. Here is my majestic palm. It's doing pretty good. This is my gardenia. It's coming back. It was kind of slow, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it out of this pot and put it in a bigger pot, and I'm gonna repot it with some new soil. I think that's probably what it needs. This thing will produce so many flowers and it smells so good. Here is my other pot. I have a sedum and then my Asiatic lilies. I have 2 more bulbs on each side that need to bloom, and then they'll be done. So I went to College Station, Texas. Actually, I went a little further than College Station, Texas, because I don't know if y'all know, I'm a jack of all trades when it comes to nursing. So I also work for this wellness company, and we give stem cell infusions. So I went to Belton, Texas to give a stem cell infusion to a guy who accidentally dropped his chainsaw on his foot. And y'all, the pictures from that was horrible. So he had surgery and everything Friday night. We were just there on Thursday in Belton, but he did this on Friday morning. And Friday night he had a surgery. So I went up there to infuse him with some stem cells. Stem cells regenerate tissue, and they just help. They're regenerative. It's called regenerative therapy. So say for instance you have a knee problem and the meniscus in your knee is torn or tendon torn, or everything is bone on bone. You can get stem cell therapy to regenerate those tissues there in your knee or your shoulder or wherever. So a lot of people do it, but the catch to it is that it's very, very expensive. So not many of us can afford it. And so this is just a little information on some of the things that I do. So I went to Belton, Texas, which is about 2.5 hours from Houston. And I went there to infuse him. It only took me about 15 minutes. Honey. I got done and I got my behind out of there before it got dark, and I went to College Station. So College Station is where I got these pots here at the Ollie's there, but this year they did not have a lot of pots. So they had a lot of small pots, but they didn't have any big pots. I was thinking I was gonna bring some home, but they didn't have any, so oh well. But so here's the rest of my garden. I'm gonna show you, we have so much rain. This grass is just wet as I am walking through. So here is my gladiola bulbs, and look what I have. I have some flowers coming. You see my flowers coming? I'm gonna have to see if I can sit them up because they're leaning so. I'm gonna see if I can sit them up. But I do have flowers coming. Back there in the middle is my lemon tree. It's growing. This is an experiment for me. I just want to see what it's gonna do. I just kept it in a pot. My canna lily is doing pretty good. I have flowers. Down here, yesterday I had to come out here and pick off these tomatoes. These tomatoes are growing. These are the Juliet, so they're not gonna get that big, but I noticed that the birds from this tree up here, my neighbor's tree behind me, the birds will come down and they'll peck them, so that what they're looking for is water. The only thing about that is they just peck the tomatoes to get the water out, but then it's like half-eaten fruit. And so I was like, well, so somebody told me to put out little bowls of water for them so that they can you know, drink the water. But then the only thing with that is that will cause mosquitoes to, that's how they lay their eggs, in water. So that's why they tell you not to have a lot of standing water around. So that's the catch-22. But they have these little pods that they sell at Lowe's that you can put in water and bird baths and all stuff like that, so that the mosquitoes won't lay their eggs there. It only takes 2 tablespoons for them of water for them to be able to lay their eggs. I'm gonna have to cut back. This is my basil. I'm gonna have to cut this back. I do have some jalapenos here. I've taken some stuff off of these because once these tomatoes turn orange, I go ahead and take them off. These strawberries are growing. The leaves are growing. I don't have any strawberries though. And they've been fertilized too. So over here, these tomatoes are just growing crazy. They're all out of the raised bed. I have cut it back. I do have some down here that need to come off. They don't really, the birds really don't mess with the smaller fruit, the smaller tomatoes. There's some down there. I can take those off because they can ripen in the windowsill. These are all the small ones over here. This basil, I'm gonna cut all this back. I've been drying my basil. So I'm gonna make, I'm just gonna dry it and put it in little containers to cook with. Here are my bigger Roma tomatoes. And I have some green bell peppers coming. These are my big Roma tomatoes. They're mixing in with all the other tomatoes, but they're here. These are huge. I've deadheaded these right here. I've deadheaded these, but they haven't flowered anymore. The marigolds. This right here, I don't know if I told you all, I stuck some ginger in here, and this is what it is. This is ginger. So I stuck some ginger bulbs from Sprouts. I got some, this is a weed. I got some organic ginger from Sprouts. Dang, this is heavy. My God, that is really rooted in there. And my calendula is really not doing anything. All these big tomatoes in here. Here's a whole bunch of them up here. These. I do not see, these are my lemon cucumbers. I don't see any cucumbers growing yet, but I did find some Mexican heather. There's some here. Here's some right here. I found some Mexican heather, and I'm gonna put it in here because it's a great pollinator. I went to one place and they said they only had pink. I don't put pink in my garden ever. It's only red or purple or yellow or orange. Here's some here, look like they're trying to grow. I also put in some regular more maker in the middle there. You see that new bush of cucumbers growing. So that's what's going on here. I have some big old tomatoes down here. You see them over here. So that's what's going on back here. They're trailing up the trellis. I've had to cut it back a little bit because they were way out. They were way out here. So I just cut it on back. I cut it back a little bit. Over here, this is my other garden bed, my flower bed. This is the gladiola bulbs. I guess I'll be waiting on some flowers like the ones in the front too. This is dianthus that I got from Cornelius. It did have flowers on it. I don't see anything, but I'm gonna spray some liquid fertilizer for these annuals. This is my hibiscus. It is growing crazy this year. It usually grows big, but it's overshadowing the pentas down there. This is the small penthouse that wasn't doing well. It looks like it's doing a little better. I need to deadhead some of this stuff on some of these blooms on this rose bush, double knockout rose. I'm thinking about giving these 2 rose bushes to one of my friends, because these, it says when you buy them, it does say, ooh, there's a bees all over here. It does say double knockout red, but they come out pink. So I know I've seen some true red rose bushes at Cornelius that I want to get, but I need to get rid of these 2. So I'm thinking I might give them to my friend. This is my black crepe myrtle. It's growing up tall. I don't see any buds on it yet. And then this right here, this azalea bush is still not doing anything. I don't know what to do with it, really. I don't really have anywhere to put it. And then here's my other 2 pentas. Flowers have grown off. Another volunteer hosta that has been eaten up. So I'm going to have to, I don't know, I don't really need it. I'm just gonna pull that out. I don't really need it because I pulled out a lot of them. My grass back here, it is coming along. It's coming slow. I really don't care about it back here. I'm just concerned about my front yard. This little spot where I took the lemon tree out is growing. So the rest of my backyard is pretty good, I guess. It got a lot of rain. So I don't water the backyard as much as I water the front yard. But other than that, that's it, y'all, back here. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you're watching my videos, y'all, please subscribe. This is a new channel. I am trying to get subscribers. I know I need to be a little bit more consistent with posting videos weekly, and I am going to start doing that weekly. Please subscribe, y'all. Like the channel, like the videos. It helps my channel get seen as far as any suggestions. I am in Houston 9A. So if you like my content, please subscribe. There'll be other things going on. I'm just in the gardening part of the year right now, but we'll be doing more things on the inside of the house, some cleanup videos. I know I need to clean out my deep freezer in my garage, and also I need to clean out my garage, just because you just need to do it once a year, because it just is a mess if you don't, because things come in through the cracks, and you just have spider webs. All that stuff needs to be cleaned out. So I'm going to do that too, and I'm going to film that as well. Also, if you're I was watching a video of a young lady who's somewhere near here in Houston, and one of the comments was that the person said that they could not find any gardeners in this area, in the Houston area, 9A, 9B. That is not true. We have tons of gardeners on YouTube in this area. So one of the YouTubers that encouraged me to start my garden, I used to garden with my grandmother back in the day when I was younger, but I went ahead and started a garden because plant-based, her name is, on YouTube, her channel name is Plant-Based Beauty, Helen H. Y'all, she is awesome. She's so good. She's a mother. She's a single mother. She takes care of her children. She gardens. She has so much content on gardening, and I've learned so much from her. And I've been watching her for years, even before she started. She always gardened like with herbs and stuff, but then she got into gardening with vegetables, and she has flowers and everything. So if y'all go watch her channel, Plant-Based Beauty, Helen H. She is here in the Houston area. So if you're in the area, she could give you, some pointers about gardening and everything. I've learned so much from her. And also, There are just look up 9A zone, 9A, 9B if you're in the area, or whatever zone you're in. Just put the zone that you're in the search bar for gardening, and tons of videos and channels will come up that could possibly give you some pointers and help you out if you need anything. Also, if you are a gardener and you have some great tips and ideas, think about starting a channel of your own. This is why I started mine, because I learned so much, you know, even with flower gardening, even with my my flower beds. This whole flower bed on the side of, I dug this out. I built it up because over here in this corner by the gate, it used to always have a lot of water, standing water right there in the corner. I didn't know why. I come to find out, my neighbor on the other side had a she had a sprinkler system that was leaking, and it would always pool over on my side of the gate in my yard. So therefore it would be a lot of mosquitoes and everything. So when I found that out, I went ahead and built up my dirt level above hers. So now, but I think that sprinkler system is fixed now, but before that, it was just pooling over on my side before I built it up. When I built it up, it started pooling back over there on that side, because I felt like I don't have a sprinkler system over here. So therefore, I should not have all this water pooling over on my side. So I built it up, and so I just also decided just to go ahead and do me a whole new water garden bed, flower bed back here, and that's what I did. I dug it out. I dug the trench, the shape of it and everything. And so I've dumped so much dirt over there to build it up. I did compost. I did regular topsoil first, then I did compost, and then every year I pulled back the old mulch and I put a rose soil that I get from one of the soil yards. I put that all across this whole, I just do a layer of it. And then I plant what I want to be planted, and then I have my landscaper come and do the mulch. So y'all, if you have ideas, think about starting a channel. I mean, you know, it couldn't help. It couldn't hurt anything. You know, it is a little bit time consuming, but it's fun. So like I said, if you're new here, please subscribe, y'all. I want to get my channel out. I have a lot of ideas and things that I'm doing. And like the video if you like my content. And I'll see you all later. Watch out for my lemon balm video, which is next. See you later. Bye.